Well, it is another rainy day in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I want to do a little video. I hope my multiple chemical sensitivity slash mold community slash Lyme patients is doing okay. Even though I know a lot of us is not, but we're just got to live day by day, so we do the best we can do. Anyway, want to do a video about this. One thing that really grinds my gears, and even before I developed multiple chemical sensitivity, one thing that really bugged me is the mainstream doctors like Dr. Oz, or I guess you call them television health gurus. And I'm not saying all their advice is bad, but they have read so much, they've looked at so much research, and they've got sucked into this void of that they know everything, and they don't know near as much as what they think they know. Been there, done that. 4 years of lab school. Thought I knew the human body pretty good. I didn't know it like I thought I did after developing severe environmental sensitivities. But I'm going to jump straight into it. I'm going to prove about 99% of them is wrong in just one analogy. And the analogy that I like to use is you'll always hear them say, this is a good food, this is a bad food. You catch them in so many fallacies. And I don't care if it makes a lot of people upset or not, because it's the truth. And what I mean by that is there's no such thing as a good food and a bad food. What you have to understand is, choose eggs, for example. Okay. All right. What's the benefit of eggs? You got proteins, certain kind of fats that's in eggs. They say it's essential to the human body, muscles. Uh, you know, don't even know the specs on it. Don't even look at it, because I just go by how I feel. Then you have the flip side of the coin. Well, it's high in cholesterol. So it's suggestive that eggs, yeah, they're good protein and all that, energy boosters. But yeah, it's going to make your cholesterol go up. The next thing to come up is fish. They say, okay, fish, yeah, omega-3s. That's the good. It's what you need to be eating. Eat fish, omega-3s. Push it off on you. But fish is one of the highest meats that you can get that's high in mercury. So, yeah, and do your chemical load there. Okay. May not be enough to bother you, may be enough to bother me. The next thing, cow's milk. You got two totally different sides of the fence there, but I know which side of the fence I am on, because a lot of multiple chemical sensitive, a lot of environmentally sensitive people cannot tolerate cow's milk at all whatsoever. So you'll have the ones like in school, teachers, or gym class or whatever. You've seen several people talk about this. Drink milk. It's good for the bones. Increases your calcium and all that. And then you got the others. It's processed. It's got a bunch of crap in it. Well, buy the powder. Well, the powder has additives. It's kind of like a rat race. Another example that I like to use is, let's use potatoes, for example. Personally, I do really well with potatoes. I don't know why. Potatoes are like, oh, it's high in starch. It's got carbohydrates. It's bad for diabetics. Okay, but it's positives to it too. It's not. It's not like cane sugar. It's not like grass sugar. It doesn't feed mast cell activation syndrome the way that um, the cane sugar does, because it's all you gotta do is look up polysaccharides. It's different types of sugar. A lot of people don't even know that term. And on these groups and stuff, they don't know the difference. So they don't know the difference between good sugars and bad sugars. Then you have the doctors. It's all about the fruits and vegetables. On the fruits and vegetables kick, it's all you hear them talk about. They're totally against meat. Personally, and everybody's genetics is different, but I was diagnosed with severe hypertension when I was 16. I went on a hypertension pill. I felt bad. Doctor was trying to push Bostolic down my throat, which at the time I thought was a miracle drug, but it's not a good drug to be on, not for me. It was basically a new hypertension pill that was on the market, and it works really great for a while, but it's really a lot of bad side effects to Bostolic. But long story short, it was 2017, and I'd eat, I was that kind of person. I grew up country. I ate bacon every day. I ate ham, and I ate all the bad stuff. I got on this big fruits and vegetable diet in 2017. I got up. I usually had like potatoes, because my hypertension, it was hanging around like 160s, 170s. I completely cut out pretty much all sodium. I was eating 6, 7 oranges a day. I was eating peaches at lunch. Didn't hardly even have a meat in the house. And after a year doing this, there was basically no change at all in my blood pressure. As a matter of fact, I stayed so sick that year. It seems like every virus, every time somebody had the flu or a virus at work, I caught it. They was so, the television guru stars are so big on that natural vitamin C, so bloated. I got strep throat that year. Got a MRSA infection in my nose. Got a staph infection in my nose. So I don't buy into all that whole I shouldn't say it, but shit that they put on there. And genetically speaking, there's some people that does really well with the fruits and vegetables, and there's some people that does really well with the carnivore. But back to the point of the video, before I make it too long, is there is no such thing, and I figured this out as it even before I got environmentally sensitive. There is no such thing as a good food or a bad food, generally speaking. They all have their pros and they all have their cons. And that's why the same way with the binders and the detox, they all have their place. If something's really good, you don't have to be so fixated on that food. Your body needs different things. It needs a variety. It needs, just because you feel really, really good with one food doesn't mean you should be eating that same food every day, day after day after day after day. And because eventually the bad or the contaminants of that is going to build up, and you're going to find yourself in that position where that might not be a safe food for a while, or it might be problematic or an issue. But and the other thing that I see Dr. Oz that he does is he'll promote these really cheap vitamins, these store-bought vitamins, and they get money for it, and that's great, making money, whatever, but they're doing it from textbook style education, and it just, for the severe people like us, it's a lot of that stuff that Dr. Oz and these other health gurus put out is just absolute garbage. And the only people that are really helping is if someone has a really severe, if it's something simple, someone has a severe deficiency in magnesium and they have muscle twitches or whatever, and they take a magnesium pill fixed, they're like, oh yeah, Dr. Oz saved my life. You know, like it took a rocket scientist to figure that out. You went to your PCP and they done blood work and your magnesium was low. Imagine that. That's on page one of page book of, or page one of Anatomy and Physiology. Low magnesium. Take magnesium for muscle cramps. Confirmed with a basic metabolic panel. Took a rocket scientist to figure that one out, didn't it? So a lot of it was just, I hate to say a lot of it was just a bunch of shit.